we've been discussing on rent, rental income investing in Nigeria. And one of the main issues, why people shy away from doing rental income investment is the challenges that are inherent in it, in terms of the relationships between landlord and tenant, the challenges that come out of it. So today, let's hear some of those challenges you are facing. We'll be able to offer you solution as much as we can, And then, like Chief said, if you have contributions, how it has benefited you, rental income investment, why not? Share with us and let us know today. So yes, that's what we'll be.
When we talk about sales of property, like a person wants to sell house, and now you be the big man. Now me hear about it.
Okay.
This my guy and I be the agent.
Okay.
So as in talk, he get property to sell. He no big man. I mean no big man.
Okay. What do you mean by big man? The person that wants to buy.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The person we want buy, now be big man.
Okay.
So now me know the big man. So
okay.
Now me get big man link.
Okay.
He get property.
Okay.
So I want to ask one question just to clear most of the things where they happen outside.
I don't talk and say you be agent. So continue. Continue.
Most of the things where they cause fight. Engineer Debo.
Yeah.
Throughout your practice so far as agent, as realtor, as everything, say you didn't say any of your book constitution say 10% no more gbọ́dọ̀ Abi I can negotiate. Is there room for me to negotiate for more? Or if the owner of the property, the owner of the property, that's a rent,
yeah.
If he can't talk, say, now 5% I go give you, I can't say no. You know, say he don't meet you. He don't meet Babolowo.
Yeah.
Me and him can't get issue. Can he still go ahead and negotiate with you without giving me anything again? Because me, I no greedy 10% when he talk. And the 5% when
you talk, say, so you need to establish what we are talking about here. You no call yourself anything. You just say, now you know. Now you know say you're agent, you know say you will be anything.
I no be agent.
You are an opportunist. Abi?
Okay.
You are an opportunist. You are just seizing the opportunity.
Information is power.
You are just seizing the opportunity that you have that information that has now become very useful. Abi, I'm just curious. Now, it depends on how you have handled the whole transaction. Have you, prior to this talking about money and all, had communication, documented communication better? Verbal is tenable in court, but you see, you may not be able to win a case that way. But documented communication as to the fact that yourself and that other agent had agreed that this is how much you are going to share.
Most times, that will just
now, this is how it works ordinarily. From the example you give, when I talk about things you must do when you buy land from Omonile, possession is very important. The agent is trying to avoid trouble. That's why he's pressurizing you. Please, if you can, start something on that land so that you can avoid unnecessary pressure and development later. The guy is trying to protect his head because he knows that if anything goes wrong with that land, you will be troubling him also. So please, thank God you've been able to fence it, small fence. Go and start work. Dig foundation. Even if it is a small, you know how people do it now. When you don't have so much money, you can do something BQ. You understand? At the back of towards the back. You just do something like a self-contained, build something there, and you can rent that one out or put somebody there, and the person will be taking care of the compound. Please. So please, raise some money, start to do it gradually. I would also join your agent in appealing to you. Because the truth of the matter is that ordinarily you say once you've bought land, you've bought it. It should be there for you. Nobody should touch it. That's the normal thing. But in practice, that is not what happens. And to avoid headache is why I'm advising you like this. It's better to spend your money on building something than to spend your money on trying to reclaim the land you've bought. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
So I see documentation. Why?
So exactly back to the question you asked. So the way it works is that if I am the one that wants to buy and you know me, right? So meaning that I've told you probably that I'm looking for a property. Abi?
Yes.
Or you came to tell me that there is a property and then I indicated interest in buying it.
Then.
You are the one that is my own agent. More or less. Because you are the one bringing business to me. And because you may be practicing agent, that's why you may lose out. Because you may not know how to handle the transaction very well. But the way to handle the transaction is you actually are the one that is my agent. So if you now don't know how to, probably you will go to the agent who has the person who wants to sell the property. That agent is supposed to be the agent to the seller. Do you understand? So the seller is supposed to be the one to pay that agent from the proceeds of what he sells. Why I am supposed to be the one to pay you because you got something that I want to buy for me. This is purchase. Purchase. So we are talking about purchase. I'm going to buy a property. To buy a property, I would have briefed agent to say, I'm looking for this property. Or an agent will bring it to me and say, Oga, do you want this property? And I say, yes. That person is my agent.
So
I should pay.
You supposed to pay me.
Yes.
No be that agent where I won't go disturb.
No, that agent is supposed to be the agent to the seller. The seller is supposed to pay him because he is the one helping the seller to sell. The seller wanted to sell a property and they called an agent and say, guy, I want to sell this property. Help me sell am. He gave him job. And I ain't give am job, so now I go pay him. Now me give you job. Now me supposed pay you. Exactly.
But we can't get power of Anthony in this matter.
Which Anthony?
Let me come and go power.
No, the only Anthony.
I don't the power of Anthony. Say na him gangan. When you know the owner directly. I been a me.
The power of Martins.
We get power of Anthony.
No, be Anthony. Now Martins.
Let me come and go power of Anthony's agent. When they want to scatter matter. Oh, the power of Anthony. Money power of Anthony. We get power of Anthony gangan.
Power of Anthony is not just something you just say. Somebody has to. So power of Anthony is like somebody who has rights, powers, and all to a property. The owner of a property, so to say, now gave you some powers. Do you understand? To be able to do certain things regarding that property. That's what is called power of attorney. So it is a delegated authority. It's delegated authority. You understand? That's power of attorney. So I must have authority over something and be able to delegate certain well-defined, yes, because I can give you power of attorney to say that, look, you can negotiate who will buy my property on my behalf. I did not say you can collect the money. Do you understand? There is scope to every power of attorney. Do you understand? There are the specific powers. So when somebody even says he has power of attorney, you must ask them, let me see it. It has to be documented and it will state specific. Sometimes it is absolute power, that is almost all the power, not almost, all the power that the supposed owner has been deposited in that attorney. Do you understand? And sometimes it is revocable and sometimes it is irrevocable. Do you understand? Irrevocable means that once you've been given that power by that owner, the owner cannot come back and say you no longer have such power. There are instances where powers can be irrevocable. Do you understand? Mostly they are revocable, but there are instances where they can be irrevocable. For example, if it's actually like a sales transaction, let's say for example, you want to give me power to be able to do everything and anything on your property. But to do that, I've paid you consideration for that land. That means I've settled you. The title you may be giving me may be irrevocable power of attorney, meaning I now am Lord and Master over that property because I've given you some consideration. Do you understand? Yeah. So in that instance, it could be irrevocable. Irrevocable power of attorney and things like that is common around the Abuja corridor, for example, and some other states in the federation. Now we do our documentation of property transactions. So that's it regarding that. So you need to know who you are working for exactly.
So exactly. Even all these 10% what would they always shout for street is not that it is stated in a blueprint that you owe me 10%. It's just a normal working figure.
No.
It's just a normal
No. The scale, you see, so the scale of practice, okay, and standard is that agency on property transactions is a maximum of 10%.
Okay.
Yes, it's a maximum of 10%. You can negotiate
below or above.
Now, we find situations where people are negotiating above. It's not professional, it's not standard practice, but we can't deny the fact that it is happening in the system.
Yeah. But the standard kini gangan tí ìjọba recognize na the 10%.
The 10%, agency is 10%.
Okay, I believe say una sef wey dey there dey learn one or two things, because some of these things wey we dey take for granted, you see say e good make a person seek knowledge. You don hear am for yourself say because you hear information, e no mean say the agency owe you. If 12 no do proper documentation, and even sef say na the person wey you sell property to, na him owe you, no be the agent wey you dey disturb. And I wan ask you, say if person collect house from landlord, e mean say make landlord dey stay inside the house. E mean say make e no pay owo afole. E mean say make e no pay NEPA bill. E say any law dey wey dey back that one. Or landlord
as e make landlord no pay, na only ten ant go dey pay.
One, then number two, say any law even dey wey talk say na landlord must to dey collect service charge in this inside house. Àwọn wọn mọ̀ gbowó owó lọ́mọ, owó afọlẹ̀, owó ná, owó àwọn OPC tí ń sádùúgbò nǹkan kan. Say law dey wey back am say na them must to dey collect am.
What is your tenancy agreement? What does your tenancy agreement say?
Agreement.
So if ẹ̀kan wọlé, then you have to cope with what you see. You have to come to a negotiated agreement between yourself and the landlord.
But the landlord go say they no fit show you the receipt of.
Now let me tell you why all of those
10,000 wọ́n gbé wá lóṣù.
The reason why all of those things are rampant in our system, this is the main reason. It's not like they are rights, okay? And it's not like some tenants don't even know their rights and can't ask for it. But the reason why they are rampant and allowed to fester, okay, is majorly
fester, Kabi.
Allowed to grow, allowed to exist.
Fester.
Fester. The reason why that is happening is because, look, the number of houses available is far less
limited.
As compared to, it's few as compared to the number of people looking for properties to rent.
Sure.
So when you have a situation like that in any market, economics, when demand outweighs or outstrips supply, the supplier becomes king. So they know that anything like this, they will give you, if you do any yaga, they will give you quick notice.
I know the latest one, what they do now, when you want rent, they say, if you go now, somebody has deposited you might come by 12, you no go meet their kilo day.
Exactly, I tell you. But you see, okay.
I want you to have a soft landing.
Okay, but you see, but the thing is also that you have the negotiating power and advantage when you are getting in. So whatever you want, please try and negotiate it when you are getting in and have it documented. Because once you get in and you are now discovering things that you did not ask for or you did not clarify, unfortunately, it may be too late.
Unfortunately, it may be too late because you cannot change the goalpost while the game is on. So they say. So on top of that, I want to say a very big thank you to Engineer Debo.